Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Pokemon SoulSilver. Last time, we went through Ilex Forest, we caught a Heracross, and today we're going to be heading closer to almost at Heart Gold SoulSilver, that makes sense, to Goldenrod City. But first, we have a battle with a youngster. I don't remember this guy's name, but in this episode, like I said, we're going to be heading to... Oh, it's Youngster Samuel. We're going to be heading to Goldenrod City, and we're going to be training up Heracross, because Heracross... While he's still level 7, he doesn't really have a whole lot of great moves, but by the time we get to the next gym, Heracross will be a lean, mean fighting machine, because he's a fighting type. That joke wasn't funny, I know, but I like to try. So, I wanted today, because I'm actually having to redo this part, because of one reason only. When I first recorded this part, I talked completely about how I wanted future games in the series to be, and how I wanted them to handle a Diamond and Pearl remake. And I recorded that, I believe, in early January, because I was stuck in quarantine at the time with nothing to do. And it is now March 5th of 2021, and about a week ago, I think it was a week ago, actually maybe this week, I don't know, the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes were announced, so by the time I would have uploaded that video, it would have been really out of date, and it would have come out after those remakes were announced, and I hate doing that with videos, because it really shows they're a period of their time, as I guess I'm trying to say here. So, today I kind of wanted to, I guess, shoot the shit a little bit, and just kind of talk about random Pokemon things that have been in my mind. So, I'm going to date this part by talking about the Diamond and Pearl remakes, but I wanted to get my opinion out there on them, as we are not really doing a whole lot in this battle besides beating up a Sandshrew, which I do like Sandshrew. Sandshrew, I think, is a very underrated design, because I think Sandshrew is adorable. I don't think it gets enough love. Sandslash as well. Both are very cute. I wish they got a lot more love. Unfortunately, they don't. But, I have opinions on the Diamond and Pearl remake, because I've talked in this channel before about how I don't think Gen 4 is one of the better generations. However, when I say that, playing Gen 4 as a child would be compared to a child, like an adult having crack cocaine, because when Gen 4 came out, and this is including Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, and Heart Gold and SoulSilver, I played them religiously. Like, I played them all the time. Any car ride I went on, I would play Pokemon or something on my DS, because that was the most available thing to me. I had a Wii and like a GameCube technically when the DS first came out, but the DS specifically always held that special spot for me. Like, I think out of all of my like library of games, my PS4 library is pretty close, so my Nintendo DS library is probably my biggest, at least console amount of games I have is definitely the DS, because I played my DS so much. I mean, the thing sold like hotcakes for a good reason. It was such a good system. But, it was because of something like Gen 4 and like a Sonic Rush and Spirit Tracks, Mario Kart DS, Mario 64, stuff like that. And I'm rambling now, and I can talk about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, but I loved Diamond and Pearl when they came out. Then when Platinum came out, I really liked Platinum a lot because it fixes some of the issues from Diamond. But I played Diamond a lot, and that was kind of my first, like, really not first, my second, I'd say, boom period with the Pokemon series. I loved Gen 4 for all the things it did, and especially for these remakes that we're covering here. Oh my god, I talked about it so many times, I know, while recording this LP, but god, SoulSilver and Heart Gold are two of my favorite games of all time. I've actually never played Heart Gold. I debated on doing Heart Gold, because when I did my Pokemon Fire Red LP, I had never played Fire Red. I had only played Leaf Green. So I was like, I want to swap it up and do Fire Red to see the other version, what the differences are, and there's like none. I won't get into it until later on, but there definitely are differences between Heart Gold and SoulSilver that we'll see. Nothing major, but like, you'll see. But still, I love these games. Gen 4 is just great, but talking about the remakes, I am curious on how they're going to turn out, because while I have a canceled, admittedly, Pokemon Sword LP, I definitely did say in that LP that while I do kind of like the games, they definitely are very underwhelming, and I don't trust Game Freak, because they have really under-delivered a lot as of late on their games. And obviously Game Freak is not handling the Diamond and Pearl remakes, it's an outsourced team. I'm very curious on how it's gonna be. If it's gonna, because it looks like a straight-up remake. Like, not a lot's changed besides the graphics are obviously better than the DS version, which that's a whole other story I can get to with the art style. But I'm curious on how it's gonna go. If they're actually gonna bring back the Battle Frontier, if they're gonna implement all of the like Distortion World stuff from Platinum, stuff like that. I want to see more on that. I've heard rumor that there's gonna be Mega Evolutions in the game. I hope that's true. I actually kind of like Mega Evolutions. As long as I don't have to see Dynamax, I'm pretty happy, because Dynamax and Gigantamax suck, but I'm definitely interested in the Diamond and Pearl remakes. The art style, I don't have an issue more with the areas, how they look. To me, it's more the characters. The models look really off, and I'm not super big on those, but yeah. I mentioned before, I mean, we've already beat the guy, but this guy actually has a Snubbull, and Snubble's a really, like, favorite Pokemon of mine growing up, because I remember Snubbull in the Pikachu's Vacation short that aired before the Pokemon movie Mewtwo Strikes Back. I still haven't seen the remake of that. I kind of don't want to because I don't like the art style, but I just always remember Snubbull from that. Yeah, Snubbull's obviously different in this gen compared to later gens, so like Gen 6 onwards, he is a Fairy type, and in Gens 2 through 5, he's a normal type, so yeah, I like Snubbull. I like Granbull as well. Granbull's really good. I've used the Granbull before. I didn't use it in my LP of Pokemon XD Yellow Darkness, but through like a playthrough going up, I've used a Granbull, and Granbull is a very good Pokemon. I think it's XD Yellow Darkness. I've used him in one of the GameCube games. I don't know if it was Coliseum or XD Yellow Darkness, one or the other. Talking about Pokemon remakes, I don't really ever see them remaking Coliseum or XD Yellow Darkness, but I would really like a port, or a collection even, of XD Yellow Darkness and Coliseum to the Switch, or even just putting them on the eShop would be cool. Coliseum, admittedly, is, I'd argue, the hardest Pokemon game in terms of, like turn-based, I'd say. I don't know about, like is it Conquest? Pokemon Conquest, I think, is the, Nobunaga game, I think? I don't know. There's a Pokemon game, it's like a strategy RPG, where there's, like, ancient, Japan stuff. That's my description for it. I hear that game was amazing, but I've never played it. But, I do wonder if that's hard. I don't know. Honest to God, I think the hardest Pokemon game for me growing up was, funny enough, Hey You Pikachu, because I could never get Pikachu to do anything. I had the mic for it, and he would every once in a while understand me, but still. Hey You Pikachu is an awful game. I cannot recommend it. Here's Lyra. One of the very few times we're gonna see Lyra in the game. I really wish for these remakes they would have kind of changed the story up a little bit and made Lyra like a secondary rival. It'd been pretty cool. I do like Lyra's design. It is strange to me. Like, I know why they did this, and I can actually apply this to the Diamond and Pearl remake talk. One thing I do love about when they do remakes is they change the character designs up a little bit. So, like, Lyra compared to, like, the crystal design for the girl is very different. And they do that for each, like, remake. So, like, obviously, our trainer here in this remake is called Ethan, which I hate that name. He's gold. It looks very different from his original design. And they do it with Red and Leaf as well in the Fire and the Green remakes. Which, to be fair, the girl trainer wasn't really a thing in the original games, but it was going to be planned for, I think, for Yellow. So, they obviously did that. I was really hoping, though, for Diamond Pearl remakes, they would change the character designs, because I don't hate Dawn's design. Dawn's design's good. However, Lucas, I hate his design. I've never liked that design in Diamond and Pearl or Platinum. Even as a kid, I hated those designs. It's not as bad as, like, the Generation 8 male trainer design. Like, Gloria, the Gen 8 girl trainer design's awesome, but, like, still. I feel like the boy design always gets screwed over. Except for a few gens. I'd argue Gen 2's trainer design, the boy trainer design's really good. I actually like it more than the girl design. And, Gen 5, Black and White 1's male trainer design's awesome. That's the best Pokemon male trainer design ever. It's time to fight the police. Fuck the police, coming straight up from the Goldenrod underground, you know? But he's got a Growlithe. Growlithe is a fire type. Growlithe's actually really good. It's really fast, can learn a lot of really good moves. I really like it a lot. I've used one, actually. A long time ago, it's actually a few months ago at the time, I did a quick stream of Pokemon Black and White 2. I played up to, like, I think the second gym, and I caught a Growlithe in that, and Growlithe is good. I've used one in other playthroughs. I've used one in a playthrough of, Leaf Green, I've used it in, like, Black and White 2, stuff like that. Growlithe can be he's really good, especially Arcanine when it evolves, kind of like Extreme Speed, you know, like Flare Blitz, stuff like that. Oh my god. If you want a good fire type, and you didn't pick Cyndaquil, I really recommend getting a Growlithe. It can only evolve to with the Fire Stone, which kind of sucks, but it's still a very good Pokemon. I really recommend it. Another fire type I recommend in the game, besides Cyndaquil, and we won't, I don't think, see it for a while, but it got a new pre-evolution, is, well, Magby's the pre-evolution, but Magmar is actually a pretty good Pokemon, I think. Fire types, I feel like, always kind of get screwed in the early, I'd argue, up to Gens 4, because in Gen 1 you can get like a Charmander, which Squirtle's better, obviously, but you can get like an Arcanine or a Vulpix and stuff. Gen 2 you can definitely get like Vulpix and like Growlithe and stuff, which isn't bad, but I wish you had more like options besides that. But like in Gen 3, like you can get Torchic, which Blaziken's are really good, but I am a Trico guy because I'm based like that. But like, in terms of other fire types in Gen 3, I really can only think of Torkoal. I know, like, the, Camerup's a thing, but I don't really... Camerupt, I've never been big on, and I don't know why. I think it's because I don't like Nubble, really is what it is. But, like, I love Torkoal. Torkoal's my dude, but... And everybody knows with Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl had a really big problem with, like, there being, like, no fire types. I think it literally is Chimchar and Ponyta, which is kind of sad, which Chimchar is really good, especially when it evolves into Fernape is amazing, but Ponyta and Rapidash, while they're not awful, they're not the best. Like, it's so bad that the Elite Four trainer who relied on fire type I think he only had, like, what, 2 fire types? And the rest were, like, rock? I don't know. I think that will be fixed for the remakes, but, yeah. And I haven't brought up, it's kind of sad we've been here for like a few minutes. We're in Goldenrod City. This is the largest city in the Johto region. It's also the center of the region. The Gen 2 description of Goldenrod is the festive city of opulent charm, and Gen 4's lazy description is a happening big city. I like the festive city of opulent charm a lot more. Goldenrod City, however, is based off of Osaka, Japan, and Osaka is the largest and most popular city in the Kansai region, which... It kind of makes sense when you see it, especially, like, actual, like, professional, not professional, but, like, the actual art that they release for it. You can definitely tell it's based off Osaka. But here we are. I haven't brought up that we're in the big shopping center. You can come in here and you can buy all stuff like Pokeballs, items, whatever, it's obvious. But, like, you can also buy TMs, like we're doing now. I will come back here later to get a couple moves because they can come in handy. Right now, you can definitely get a couple of things. I believe you can get the Thunder TM, but you have to pay a pretty hefty price for that, so I'd recommend getting it later. It wouldn't hurt to get with the Flaffy, but I'm kind of fine where I'm at now. And this is the Goldenrod Game Corner. So this is very different in this version compared to the original. So in Crystal specifically in here, you can find the Move Tutor on Wednesdays and Sundays. However, in the remake, he's not here. Also in Generation 2, the original games, there's a card flip minigame. I could be wrong on this, but I am pretty sure this was removed due to gambling. Here, it's more of a coin flip kind of thing. It is still very similar, but they definitely got changed. I remember, I believe, I don't know if it would have been the original games or if it would have been Generation 1, but I remember hearing a lot of, like, parents got upset that there was, like, gambling and stuff in a Pokemon game. But it's just still kind of funny, I think. I do like Goldenrod, though. Goldenrod has a pretty decent theme, I might add. But yeah, that lady's talking about Bill. We've met him, obviously, in Fire Red and Leaf Green. You probably know of Bill. He transforms himself accidentally into a Pokemon, and then he gets changed back, and he runs the PC stuff, which is pretty cool. we'll be seeing Bill, well, they mentioned it in the Ecruteak City. We'll actually be heading to Ecruteak later on in the game, obviously, because they foreshadow it. So, yeah, we'll be meeting up with good old Bill. And that lady there will tell you about how much your Pokemon, like, likes you in a way. That can come in handy for a lot of happiness evolutions, and I, do recommend using that a lot if you really want to use, like, a happiness evolution. It was something like an Eevee, or, I want to say the Sunflora line evolves the happy... No, I think Sunflora is a shiny stone. What's the other one I'm thinking of, then? I don't know. But here we go. This guy will actually loan us a bicycle, and I am going to commit a great sin, right here, and throughout this LP. I love the bike theme in this game. However, I don't use the bike that often, and I kind of hate myself for it, because the bike theme is really good. Yeah, the bike theme is so good. There was a Team Rocket Grunt there. We'll be dealing with him later, but, oh my god, the bike theme is so good. Gen 2... And I throughout this LP so far, I have talked about how much I love the music for this generation. And I believe Gen 2, and you can fight me on this, has the best bike theme and surf theme. They're so good. I to this day, I still don't know if I prefer Gen 2's soundtrack or if I prefer the Gen 5 soundtrack, but both are very good. That lady there actually will do a lotto ticket thing for you. And if you get a Pokemon in your Pokedex that matches that number, you can actually get prizes with it, which is pretty cool. I recommend coming back here every once in a while and doing that, but... This lady here is going to have us take a quiz, and we need to do this quiz so we can get that pink-haired girl's attention. That sounded weird, but, you know, that's how you win pink-haired anime girls, I guess. As she brought up, her name's Whitney. She is the Goldenrod City gym leader, and after you do this quiz, which Amelia told me quite a few times, which is kind of sad, we can get a radio card, and with this we can listen to certain radio stations, which I think is really cool. But when you win, you get Whitney's attention. And with that, she's going to be heading back to her gym, because in the next episode, actually, we're going to be heading on to face Whitney, the gym leader, and as a lot of you probably know if you've played Gen 2, or even know a couple things about Pokemon, Whitney's one of the most infamous gym leaders in the series for one certain Pokemon she has, and believe me when I say we will be experiencing how devastating that Pokemon can be, is all I'm gonna say. I hate Whitney, and next episode's gonna be an interesting one for that. And this lady here has a flower shop. We can't really do anything here yet. It'll come in handy later on, but she's talking about an odd tree on Route 35. I believe I showed that. I hope I did. But we'll be obviously dealing with that here in a little bit, but we can't get this until after we beat Whitney, so yeah. I kind of just wanted to show off how Goldenrod is this episode. We will be showing more of Goldenrod off later on, but I want to show the things that we can do now, because Goldenrod's a big city, and it's one of my favorite places in the Johto region. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I still like Goldenrod a lot, but yeah. However, next time on Pokemon SoulSilver, we're going to be taking on Whitney and trying to get our 3rd gym badge. See you guys next time.